This is quite possibly the most exciting video that I have ever sat down to record, and definitely the longest video in the making. And that is my bedroom makeover and tour. I have been making over our main bedroom with my husband for the last like 2 months, I think 6 weeks solidly, but probably about 2 months. If you don't know, we're having a baby very soon. We've got a baby due in January, and for the first 6 months we're planning to have the baby sleep in the room with us. And this room got so bad that we began to have an infestation of wood bugs. We started getting such terrible damp that the ceiling was crumbling, such terrible condition of the walls under the wallpaper that the wallpaper was peeling off. And so we have spent the last 6 weeks or so solidly doing up this room, and today I want to show you just a little bit of that journey and also what the room looks like right now, because it's not just a bedroom, but it's also my library and my writing nook as well. So there's so much to show in this video, but before we do get started, I just want to quickly mention the sponsor of this video, which is none other than Ana Luisa. Ana Luisa is a sustainable jewellery brand that believes that high quality jewellery should not have to cost the planet. You can read all on their website about their sustainability goals and how they're aiming to be environmentally friendly, and they also have climate neutral status, so you can be sure that you're buying from a company that genuinely cares about the planet. Every piece of jewellery that they make is rigorously strength and humidity tested, it's tarnish resistant, and you can be sure that you're wearing a high quality piece of jewellery. I've had pieces from them for well over a year and they have stayed beautiful, they have stayed perfect. They offer free shipping and exchanges, but more importantly, they offer a 2-year money-back guarantee. Ana Luisa sent me 3 items of jewellery to share with you in this video, and I think that these might be my absolute favourite pieces of jewellery that they've ever sent me. And so the first is this necklace, which is the May necklace in green. They have these in pink and blue and yellow, I believe, as well, and it is so beautiful, and I really like the vintage style to it as well. The second item is the Lucy bracelet, and it will look perfect for Christmas time, which is coming up, and all of those festive meals and parties and events where you want to get a little bit glammed up. I feel like this is the perfect bracelet. And finally, they sent me the Bonnie earrings. Again, I feel like these are a perfect earring to wear for going out somewhere, dressing up a little bit, particularly with all those festive meals coming up. Ana Luisa are currently having an up to 30% off sale, so if you're interested in having a look at these pieces for yourself, then definitely check out the link in the description to have a look at their jewellery and get up to 30% off. Thank you again to Ana Luisa for very kindly sponsoring this video. So let's go right back to the beginning. Unfortunately, I did not record any clips of what this room looked like at the very beginning because my parents came over to help us rip out the built-in wardrobe, and suddenly everything was in chaos. My dad worked so fast and ended up ripping out the built-in wardrobe, the coving, the skirting board and the carpet in like one day. So he did an amazing job. There was a whole built-in wardrobe this side of the room which came out really far and took out so much space. We have nowhere near the amount of clothes to store in a wardrobe that size, and so for us it was just a complete waste of space. Plus the doors kept falling off and they were so heavy to fix every time. It had textured wallpaper, we had Artex ceiling, the carpet was so filthy that it didn't matter how much we cleaned it, it would not get clean. And just overall it was not looking how we wanted it to look. And so we knew that we were gonna have to pretty much rip out everything from this room. So we began by stripping the wallpaper. This was actually a much bigger job than we had planned. I mean, we've been stripping wallpaper for a long time because every room in this house has needed it, But this room took a long time because there were so many layers of texture paper in this room. We thought about trying to remove the Artex ceiling. However, we then got a plasterer in to give us a quote and tell us what work needed doing, because some of the walls were broken, some of the ceiling was crumbling, and he gave us the idea of actually just boarding over the top of the Artex rather than trying to take it all off, which was the best decision because Johnny began to take some of the Artex off and very quickly realised that we would be spending weeks getting that ceiling off. Thankfully, the walls were not in quite as bad condition as we thought, so he was able to just tape up the bits that needed it, fill some bits in, and just skim over the walls, which saved us a lot of money and time. Once the plastering was done, it was time to paint. I am so happy with this paint colour. Also, I apologise for how echoey it is in here. I don't know how this is going to sound on camera, but it's very echoey because there is not really anything in the room other than 2 chests of drawers and some paint tins. But yeah, the paint is all on. I was going to record the painting process. I love those videos where people record a sort of time lapse of painting a wall, but it would have been a bit of a tricky video to film because I'm in my 3rd trimester, and painting this room, even with my husband doing it alongside me, was so exhausting, and I was constantly taking breaks, so it wasn't really something that I could just film because it took hours and hours to get it done, and I had to do it in little stages. So this is the first time at which I've actually stopped and filmed in this room. We're at the slightly easier point now. All of the hardest parts of this room renovation are complete, which makes me so happy because it feels like we've been renovating this room for years, even though it's been about a month. I'm so happy with the colour of this room and how it's turned out. It was definitely a bit of a saga, but we ended up going with, I forgot the name of it, Quill. Quill by Valspar, and it's a sort of beigey, greeny, neutrally colour. I feel like in some lights it looks really green, in some lights it looks more beige, but it's just a really calming and warm colour. We really wanted to go for something that lent into how warm and bright this room gets, because as much as I love quite moody colours as well, this room gets so much sunlight and warmth, and particularly in the winter is a really kind of golden colour, and I wanted a colour on the walls that kind of complemented that. And so I think I would describe this colour as a golden green, a golden green beige. So tomorrow we have a guy coming to put the skirting boards on the wall because currently they're just bare at the bottom. And then next weekend we have somebody coming to fit the carpet. We've got an absolute bargain on the carpet after trying lots of different samples, and it's going to be so cozy. At that point, everything is done in the room. We do need to put the radiator back on and put a vent on this little hole that would have probably been a fireplace at some point, but in a very strange part of the room. And then once that is done, we can put the furniture in, decorate, and just make this room really warm and cozy. So I am very excited. This journey is almost over, and we're almost at what I think is the most fun part of decorating. Spoiler alert, we did not get our skirting boards fit the next day. Unfortunately, our carpenter ended up unable to come and fit the skirting board for us, which left us with a very, very short amount of time to find somebody to help us fit the skirting board in this room, because the carpet was being fitted exactly a week from then and the skirting board needed to go in first. Thankfully, a friend ended up helping us and we ended up getting the skirting board put on the wall the day before the carpet was being fit. So I literally came home from work and then we spent until about 2 in the morning sanding, filling, priming, painting, caulking the skirting boards. And I do not know how we got it all done in one night, but we managed it. Not the best job in the world, but we did manage it. And so we were ready for the next day. The carpet finally came. We got the carpet put in and we were ready to finally start building the furniture and start putting this room together.
Keep working away. Yeah. Oh. Right. Yes, it is great. Right. Oh, mate, a headboard. Okay, you can kind of imagine it. Look, if I hold it up here, look, Jen. Look, it'll be here.
Yeah, so it'll block a little bit of the light, but I don't think that's a problem.
I don't think it's bad. I mean, you might be okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Look. Really comfy.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. That's what could tear up. The amount of times I've just put flipping.
Now we're at probably the most fun, for me anyway, part of this bedroom makeover, which is organising my bookshelves. This is now the third location in this house that I have organised my books in. Originally, my bookshelves were in the corner that my desk is now in this bedroom. And then I ended up moving all of my books downstairs when I got these bookshelves, because the way that our bedroom was before, with the built-in wardrobes here, there wasn't really room for the bookshelves in here, so I had them in my living room. And now I am able to bring them back up in here so I can have a proper library space. And hopefully at some point I can get the bookshelf extenders on the top, because I think there's just enough room above the bookshelves to the ceiling to put the add-on shelf that you can get for the IKEA Billy bookcases. And there's also enough room for me to add a thinner bookshelf in the middle as well. So I feel like there's room to grow my books, which is great, because where they were before, there was definitely no room for growth. Currently, all of my books are just in piles on the floor from upstairs. There is no organisation to them. There's not really a system for what the piles are in. So I always organise them by genre, and then within the genre, I kind of just go with what looks right and what looks nice together. So I'm gonna still do that, but normally I go across the shelves. So if I'm having classics, I will go all the way across. But this time I'm thinking of going downwards. So if the classics run to the end of that shelf, they'll then run on the second shelf, if that makes sense. But we're gonna give it a go. The joy is that bookshelves can be organised and reorganised many times. Anyway, let's get started.
Hey,
We've done it.
that's pretty good. Where's
Is
the
it-
spirit measure? Have you put it in here again?
I've not touched it, it's on the desk.
Wait, that's not bad, you know.
Hey!
That's almost
We've
perfectly
done so
straight.
well.
Well done you, as well. You did really well, Joe, measuring it right.
Mate!
That's pretty good.
We did it!
How did we manage that? That's alright, that is slightly annoying that you didn't measure the middle. Why didn't you measure the middle? Think about that.
Have you seen how long we've been doing this? Like 8 minutes. That's why I didn't measure the middle.
That's right. This looks good. It's fine. It's pretty.
And after 6 long weeks, our bedroom, library, writing room was finished. So here is a final room tour. There are still some little things that we need to get done. I would love to put curtains up around the windows. We need to get a full-length mirror, which we're gonna plan to put next to where the radiator is. We also really want to get a projector in here. But overall, this room is finished and we are so happy with how it's all turned out. It's so nice having all of my books here as well and just having them all in the space. It was my plan to have them here from the beginning and it's so nice to have room for them to grow as well. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing the whole process of bringing this room together. And don't forget to check the link in my description if you're interested in checking out Anna Luisa. I hope that you have a wonderful day and I will see you very soon with another video.